Welcome, everybody, to Above and Beyond Affiliate Marketing. I am your host, Jason Ryland, and today we're going to continue our discussion on internalized motivation. This is part 2 of a 5-part series. Thank you for joining us today. I'm really happy that you're here. Now, we're gonna get into the steps. People are asking, what steps? Now you ask, what do I have to do to take and accomplish my goals? So you guys might want to write this down or jot this down in your memory. So ask yourself these questions. What are the steps I have to take to accomplish my goals? Where do I discover that motivation to succeed? It's not as difficult as you believe, and I'll be more than willing to share my knowledge and tips with you. So let's dive right into this thing. We kind of have to do this right. This is a very important step in this series. So let's start by arranging our goals. There is an immense difference in having goals and in reality following up on them. We have our goals, now we have to follow up on them. Simply daydreaming about them, it'll never shift into anything. Now, having the right mindset and having that capacity of we think about what we think about most of the time, that's who we become. Now, that's true, but just daydreaming about that doesn't really get you very far. So in addition to that, so we don't lay out our goals that are beyond our command. Like, my goal is to beat the lottery. Well, that's a complete waste of time. You may think otherwise, but I'm telling you, I've been there. I've done that. There's big jackpots out there. I love playing it. I will play it just because I'm just like, if I don't play, I can't win, right? But I don't have that expectation. I'm like, it'd be nice if I did, but let's not waste our time in thinking that that's going to be our fix-all. But now suppose you're football, just a football, aiming to go into the end zone. So you quarterback, you're just the football. Now, I'm using football analogies. I love football, so please bear with me on that. If you like it or don't, this is just my analogy. But suppose you're that football and you're going to cross into the end zone. Well, without any drives, in this case, motivation, the ball will simply stay stationary in one spot. Right? It's not going anywhere. The football is football. You need the goal. You need the quarterback, or you need the kicker. Now, only if it's kicked will it fly toward and get a field goal, or even if it's the harder. Just think about this. So you think about a field goal kicker, and the harder it's kicked and aiming. And the direct aim, so, okay, he has his plan, he has the aim, he has all the elements, and he knows that the harder it's kicked, or the softer it's kicked, or which angle it's kicked, the quicker it gets there, right? Now, that's the motivation. It's that principle that will kickstart you into accomplishing your goal. No pun intended. But that's how we look at this, right? So now, it's conducting the action. So this is all part of this part 2 is executing. So now, remember what I said about the football? Now, executing it is like kicking that ball towards the goal line. It's the hurdle that you have to confront, that you have to commit the effort into making things occur. Now, we all develop a to-do list. I've had lots of them, and lots of things that matter and that we plan to accomplish. I got sticky notes everywhere. My son's always joking about, just like, what is this for, Dad? I said, where did you find that sticky note? But as a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised that where did that I couldn't even recall where that was. So don't be surprised that if you have your to-do list and you didn't get it, and like, oh, that's how I was planning on accomplishing. But in the long run, we try to finish everything on our to-do list, and sometimes it doesn't happen, right? And we don't finish everything on it. So as a matter of fact, I would have to think that you'd have to maintain the discipline and a drive that you'll require the ceaseless motivation and a revitalizing belief in yourself and your dreams, right? So you got to have perpetually remind yourself of the reason why you're determined for this goal that you want to accomplish and how you're going to get there, right? So you have to remember, though you shouldn't anticipate results overnight, because then you're going to set yourself up to fail if you expect, oh, I'm going to have this all done and it's just everything's going to be gravy by tomorrow morning. That's not always the case. So don't celebrate too soon, because think about this. Even the best athletes out there, or think about this, discoverers, scientists, musicians, even the best musicians accomplish their success in a matter of hours, days, weeks, years. Ever hear about the best song that you've ever heard? And I'm like, yeah, I jotted some notes down, and it took me 2 years to accomplish, getting the song just exactly I wanted it. You hear that stuff all the time. So that called for immense discipline. Think about that. That was hard work. And that's a gift to have that type of drive and motivation. You might not have it now, or you might have some of the basics. But now we're getting into the steps, right? We're going to get there. But we have to defeat the obstructions and the challenges. So when we're attempting to score that goal, we talked about that, my little analogy, we want to score that goal against the defending team, right? So there, without a doubt, going to be some obstructions in the way, because they don't want you to make that field goal, right? Or they don't want you to get that extra point. That includes the defenders, and naturally, life is the same. There will be a lot of quote-unquote defenders that block you from accomplishing your goal. Some of the biggest obstacles, wait for it, it's yourself. Some of the biggest obstacles, occasionally before you feel beaten down, and it's not always somebody else. You've already given up on yourself before another person you felt that beat down on you. So the sole way to defeat this is to have a monumental amounts of motivation and a complete desire and a hunger to defeat these obstacles, particularly the obstacles that's yourself. Think about this. That's that false belief we talked about in our last episode. So we have to revitalize our source of motivation flowing us from the inside. That's why this is called Internal Motivation Series. We have to be able to revitalize that source of motivation flowing from inside of us, so we keep pushing ahead and able to accomplish these goals. So, stamina, a renewable self-motivation, aspirations aren't accomplished, again, in a day, a week. Sometimes it takes a little while for us to get there. But depending on the size of your goal, your aspiration, whatever you're trying to accomplish, it might take years. I'm 8 years in the making of this podcast. Think about that, guys. I've all the things I've done in my life with affiliate marketing and my business goals and things that I've done throughout the years led me here with you today. And before I even started talking to you, I put things down. I wrote many things. I have ebooks out there. I was talking to other people on different formats. And then I came here to you because I needed to get my message out to you guys. I can do it. You can do it. This is a journey that we're on. So, back on track. Now, again, it's the size of your aspiration. Mine was a little bit bigger, but during this time period, it's natural for you to have periods where you feel kind of dejected and dispirited. It happened to me. That's sometimes it just is. And then you got to get right back there. And that's why it's ceaseless. Revitalizing source of motivation is a real crucial to carry out throughout this journey. And I'm here with you on that. Now, don't trust too heavily on the external factors. These tend to only motivate you in the short runs. I'm very careful about that. So I was kind of holding back on my words on that because you really have to have that internal motivation again flowing inside of you. Outside sources can only do so much. You kind of really have to build that inside of you. But guess what? We are going to wrap up in conclusion for chapter 2, or part 2. I said chapter 2. That's because this is going to end up being something bigger, you guys, and I'm glad you're here on this journey. So, prolonged determination is essential to accomplishing your dreams. Now, write this stuff down, guys. This is important. Do you have the intensity level of will and fight any excuse me, I got a little excited there. Any obstruction that dropped in your path? So, let me say that again. Do you have the intensity level of will to fight that obstruction? That anything that's dropped in your path? Okay? We talked about that. Do you find yourself moving forwards or falling away backwards? You know that saying? 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So, do you find yourself moving forward? Do you see yourself as a mountain? Okay? That can actually be moved. So, think about this. When we look at a mountain and you go, you know what? I want to reach to the top of that mountain. And then you say to yourself at the same time, oh, well, it's too tall. It's too big. I don't have this and I don't have that. I'll never make it to the top. There's guys that done it. You know what? But they were rugged and resilient enough to battle for that aspiration, for that ambition. I'm going to get there to the top of that mountain. So, naturally, they had obstructions. They have to learn to breathe, right? They're like, you know, if I get that high up, the oxygen level's thinner. So I'm going to have to train my breathing. I have to do different things. They years to accomplish climbing that mountain. They end up doing it. Now, tomorrow, we're going to go into part 3, and it's getting behind motivation. So, thank you for joining here with me today, and I believe in you. You got this. Come tomorrow, we'll get behind this motivation. May you forever be richer, ever and ever, forever be richer. And I'm looking forward to talking to you tomorrow. Now, if you like this, please follow us and share this with other like-minded individuals. Rate our show 5 stars. Leave a comment on why you love our podcast. And thank you, everyone, for listening today. May you forever be richer. I'm signing off now, and have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day.